Hey guys, welcome back to What Does the Fox Say? This is probably going to be, try to make this a little quicker since I've had some grumblings about how much I talk, so I'll try to make this quick. For those of you that listen, it doesn't really matter. For those of you that watch, yeah, I can probably be kind of boring, so whatever. We'll try to make this quick. So it's Sunday evening. It's around 8:30. I just got done dragging the arena, watering, getting ready for tomorrow. Um, so, what's been going on this week? I've been following the 100X Horse Show and the Tennessee Horse Show, watching friends of mine show out there and, cheering them on because obviously I'm home, not showing. And I'm okay with it this time. I'm okay with it. I'm excited to go show my 3-year-olds later in the year, and I keep going on about them, but I get excited about that stuff. So, this last week, we've had some good moments. We've had some down moments. So we dropped Grandma off the airport on Wednesday. She flew back to England, and then we got back into the swing of it on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, riding horses. The kids are out of school now, so I have barn help. So in order for them to get fed in the evenings, they need to come help clean stalls and saddle and wash and lope a couple and round pen and help the old man get through the day just a little faster. And I'm good with it. I like it. It works. And it takes the pressure off of Mama a little bit. Still don't have Mama figured locked in on getting her a new ride, but I'm working on it. It might take me a while, but I'm working on it. So, it dried up here pretty good this week. Been in the high 80s, low 90s. The grass has started to dry. We're able to get some mowing done. I think Rachel and the kids took it in turns pretty much all afternoon yesterday and most of the day today riding the mower. And I jumped on the big tractor and the bush hog last night and today, and we knocked out probably close to, I'd say 80% of what we need mowed. We got it knocked out between Saturday afternoon, evening, and today. I got a funny story here in a second, and you guys might like it. You might be like, really, you dumbass. But anyways, I checked Mez. I had a couple of preg checks on Mez this week, and very happy that Chrome Chickadee is still in fold of busy. I like that. Unfortunately, we had another one that was a 60-day check, and somewhere between 30 and 60 days, that foal is gone. Don't know why, when, how. Sometimes that's just a fact of life. Luckily, I checked her and she's looks like we could still get a shot at breeding her next week. So fingers crossed, we're gonna shoot to do that. I got another preg check later on this week. We check this Joe is Bueno later this week. She got bred back to Spooks Valley Outfire. So she'll be a 30-day check, I believe, next week. Tomorrow she's a 30-day check. So gotta go do that tomorrow. And that breeding deal, it sometimes it's tough. You think everything's good. That was one man we bred early. We caught her. Everything was good. Fall. Embryo looked like it was growing good. 14-day check, pregnant. 30-day check, pregnant. 60-day check, not pregnant. Such is life. So luckily, we still got plenty of time to breed her. We bred custom tag again on the 13th. That was Monday, ovulated. So we'll check her towards the end of next week. 14-day check. The whole breeding thing, it can just be weird. It's weird. And I kick and pull. I do lots of kicking and pulling. I like to be on top. And, the whole breeding thing, to me, as much as I enjoy it, and I enjoy trying to create and raise babies that I think people want to ride, it's also a little bit of an enigma to me. I understand it, and I have knowledge of it. I am far better off letting somebody else do it. But for me, sometimes you just want to shake your head and go, why? We put in all this time, we put in all this effort, and really, 30 to 60 days, you decide, poof, baby gone. Gone. Need a new one. Broken. Need new. But anyway, so we'll get through that. It'll be all right. The dentist was here last week doing a bunch of teeth, and so all the horses are feeling pretty good. That as far as their face, they all ride a little bit better after they've had the teeth done. So that's always a bonus. I do like it when Daniel comes out and does his thing. So, Saturday night here, I know how to have a great time Saturday night. I was out here till almost 11 o'clock last night by choice, not because it was necessary or that I had to. It was by choice. I chose to be out here till almost 11 o'clock last night, partly because we broke something and we had to fix it. I'll get to how we broke that. Anyway, the ground's starting to dry up. The arena's starting to come right. We're able to drag it. And I said to my son, hey, I might need your help over the weekend. I want to put that drag up on the patio by the office, and I want to drop the teeth and, just make some adjustments on it. It hasn't really been adjusted in at least 8 months. So I wanted to just adjust it, make sure everything was good. And I just dropped those front teeth a little bit on that nice, big, fancy, expensive drag. So anyway, I got done mowing. It was about 8 o'clock, a little too early for night check Saturday night. And I'm like, I'm going to get my stuff together, get my tools ready. I'm going to get ready to work on that drag on Sunday, knowing that I still had mowing to do and we had chores to do and I had to run and get hay cubes and, and there's always this endless list of things that we would want to do. Because that's a relaxing Sunday for me. Actually, it was. I sat in a nice bouncy chair in a tractor with air conditioning, just mowing. So, it's not like I worked real hard today. Got hay cubes. That's about it. But anyway, I said to Cameron, hey, I might need your help. I guess he goes out to the shop. It's probably around 9 o'clock. He goes walking over to the shop. He must have heard me with the impact wrench, drilling on this thing. Because I'd taken all the pieces apart that I thought I needed to take apart. In order to adjust the teeth down a little bit on the front of this drag. So Cameron comes over, of course, employee of the month, Mr. Engineer, comes on over there and he's like, oh, I think, I don't know if your impact wrench is strong enough. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, I got this cool little deal over here. I can get those bolts turning. I'm like, okay, cool. And little bolts on the top, either side that adjust the frame, not the frame, but the pins up and down. I'm like, cool, whatever. Well, he goes to talking on that thing, and snaps that bolt head straight off. Pew! Like, okay. And straight away, the first thing that comes to my mind is horse trainers, beer, power tools, machinery. Something had to go wrong. And so we got to talking about it. We're like, well, what are we going to do now? And he's like, well, we could do this. We could talk. We could get the heat on and we could do this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? Tell you what, why don't you fill water buckets for me real quick? I'm going to feed hay cubes while we think about the damage we have done to this piece of equipment and how we are going to fix the damage we have done to this piece of equipment. So, those of you that know, this gets pretty good. So we get done doing that. We come back out and I'm like, hey, you know what? Let's make this real easy. Let's take this piece off. Let's take this piece off. So we're not bound up on anything. We're already bound on these 2 bolts. He's like, okay. I said, go over there on the other side of that drag and do the same damn thing. Take your ratchet wrench and torque on that son of a bitch till it breaks off. And he did. He went over there and he, bow, head of that bolt popped right off. Then we went and got a 5-pound lump hammer. We were going to drop those teeth an inch. It was happening one way or the other. Those teeth were moving. So, between the hammer and then we found that, the bolt was too long, so we were binding up. So out came beer number 3 and the grinder. I mean, it's always going to get good when you've got a hammer, an impact, and a grinder. It's always going to get good. So we cut some shit off it, and we freed it up, and I dropped the teeth on my drag by an inch. Fucking A! We did it. Me and my engineer son, we did some redneck engineering, and we got that thing put where we wanted it. And there's probably still maybe a little bit of fixing needs done on it, but it works. I just got done dragging and watering. So yeah, it's something to think about for you guys. This is kind of shit we get up to. We think we have a small task, so we get ready to do said small task, and it turns into a slightly bigger task, so we have a drink. And from the drink comes the better idea of how to tackle this new task that was a small task, is now a big task, and then it just becomes fun. We did not have to get out the torch or the welder, so I'm grateful for that. Sometimes I surprise myself with both my own stupidity and my own ingenuity. I am equally as surprised by both. So, I'm glad I had my engineer son there to look at me and be like, really? You think that's going to work? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Trial and error tells me that over the years, this will work. It might be ugly and we might have to fix some stuff later on down the line, but it's going to work. So now getting ready to go into the new week. Oh, graduation. Lottie graduates high school on Friday. That's her graduation. Then her and Mama are going up to Missouri to see the James. So they're going to go spend the weekend up there. I say weekend. I presume they leave Friday-ish, Saturday morning. And I'm guessing they'll be back Monday, Tuesday, maybe. I'm sure she told me, probably multiple times. But I'm not real sure. I know I'm going to be on my own for the weekend. Well, not on my own, because I got Caden and I got Sophie and Cameron will be here too. So I won't be on my own. I won't be unsupervised. But I will have to come up with meals. So, it's for sure going to be Domino's. That takes care of Friday, and that takes care of lunch on Saturday too. So we just got Saturday night. Well, maybe we can go Chick-fil-A. I'm pretty sure we will survive. I mean, I think we'll be all right. Between that and a couple of preg checks, and then, just gearing up for the next horse show. Our next horse show is going to be the NRHA Derby. That then leads into the APHA World Show, where we've got a pretty good lineup of people and horses going to those two horse shows. So I'm very excited about that. And I will give more in-depth insight into what we've got going to those two horse shows as we get a little closer. And I've got some ideas too coming up for some little pieces like this, 15 to 20 minutes later on next week and moving forwards. Talking about moving forwards, there's some new ideas coming down the pipeline from some people that I think could be pretty cool if we move on and move forwards with this stuff. It could be pretty neat. But I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to jinx it. So we'll see what happens there. So closing out for today. What does the fox say today? It's time to mow grass, guys. Make sure your blades are sharp and tight. And if you're going to go to breaking the heads off of bolts, go get you a hammer and knock that thing out of there. Then it's just not a problem anymore. I see. There's a solution. There's always a solution. It might involve hitting it with a hammer. Good old Irish screwdriver. Pow! So, all right, guys. Take it easy. I'll talk to you all later on in the week. Bye.